Why is lost animated film footage often poor quality? Imagine discovering a hidden treasure chest filled with old animated films, only to find the images are blurry, scratched, and faded. That's often what happens with lost animated footage from the past. Many of these films from the classic and golden age of animation have not aged well, and there are good reasons for that. First, the materials used to make these films were not designed to last forever. Early animated movies were shot on cellulose nitrate film, which is very unstable. Over time, this film begins to chemically break down in a process called vinegar syndrome. The film becomes brittle, discolored, and warped, making the images look faded or distorted. This deterioration happens gradually but inevitably, especially if the films aren't stored properly. Speaking of storage, many original animation materials were kept in warehouses, basements, or vaults that lacked climate control. Fluctuations in temperature and humidity cause the film to warp or develop mold. If water leaks or pests like rodents get in, the damage can be even worse. The paint on the animation cels also suffered over the years. These cels were painted by hand and layered over backgrounds. If stored improperly, the paint could crack, fade, or peel away from the clear plastic. When these original cels and negatives were handled repeatedly for copying or projection, each step could introduce scratches, dust, or other defects. Many studios did not see these films as valuable after their initial run. They often threw away or destroyed the original materials to save space or cut costs. This meant that only copies or prints remained, and each copy was a generation removed from the original. Every time a film was duplicated, some quality was lost. Color separations, optical effects, and transfers to newer formats all added to the degradation. The copies we see today are often several generations away from the original, which explains why they look so poor. Environmental factors also played a role. Exposure to light, heat, and moisture sped up the deterioration process. Sometimes, reels were damaged by water leaks, mold, or pests, destroying precious footage forever. All these factors combined mean that much of the original vibrancy and detail of these classic cartoons have been lost or severely degraded over time. Restoring these films is a challenge. Modern digital techniques can improve the images, but they cannot bring back what has been completely lost. The quality of what survives depends on how well the films were stored and how many copies exist. That's why many forgotten gems of animation are found in poor condition, and why saving and restoring these works is so important for preserving animation history.